let's have a look at the different stock features that are built into the sheet. So in here, first of all, we have purchasing. Now, purchasing, you can be as granular or as broad as you like. So either you can put everything into like a bulk category if you want. So for this one here, if we just remove that as an example, you could just put in that you spent X amount on food this week and X amount on beverage this week, if you like. Second option, we had a order arrive today and I really want to track everything that I'm buying. So let's say it's due for the 20th of next month and it is from supplier C. Now, for the suppliers, if you click on the edit here, there's a drop down so you can add all your suppliers in here. You can color code them if you like as well. Supplier C is one of our beverage suppliers. And if you like, you can actually enter the item. So this only works if it's just one item on the invoice. But let's say it was our house tequila that arrived. And we had 3 bottles arrived and they cost $42 each. Now, the total cost on the invoice, you obviously are just going to type in whatever the actual cost is on the invoice. So I am really bad at math, so I'm just actually going to calculate that. 126. Then from there, you can select whether that total includes or excludes your VAT. So if it includes the VAT or the GST, select yes. If it excludes it, then select no, and that just updates the net cost on the right. If that has been paid already, you can also tick that it's been paid, and this impacts your cash flow as well. If it hasn't, leave it unticked and go through and tick it once you've paid it. You can also tag any notes in here as well if you want to keep them in here. Then from there we have, let's go to the stock list next. This is where you're going to put all of your inventory in. If you would like me to help you with that, I do offer that implementation package as part of buying the sheet. If we had house tequila and we type it exactly as it was input on the purchasing, the price will automatically pull through here. Then you can assign that to a category and a subcategory as well. Now these are all set up in your settings, so you can change these if you want to. And then we can say it was a 700 ml bottle. When you do that, the sheet is going to calculate how much each ml costs. From there, you can say that my standard pour for this is, actually, let's update that to 30 mils. Then you can input your target cost of goods, which will suggest you a sell price. You can then type in your actual sell price and it will tell you your cost of goods. You can also add a supplier in here if you want to, and then you can say whether you're going to stock take that item or not. Now, this part of the sheet isn't built yet, but it is the next thing that I'll be building, and if you purchase it now, your purchase includes any updates to the sheet that are released within the next 12 months. We also have a recipe builder. So if we want to create and cost out recipes, I've built a recipe editor, and then everything is actually saved to the back end down the bottom here. So if you want to create a new recipe, go create new recipe here. Now I don't have too many ingredients logged into this sheet yet, but first things first, you're going to enter the recipe. So you can create batches here and use them within the serve recipes as well. But for this example, I'm just going to say we're making a macaroni. Now you can enter the type if you want. It's totally optional. It's just like a nice to have if you wanted to have ice or garnish in there. And then we can say there is Campari, there is gin, and there is vermouth. And let's just say we're doing 30, 30, 30 to keep it nice and simple. You could also cost in, like if you have, let's say ice, you can type. It will just say that it's invalid, but it will still save against that. If you're purchasing ice, obviously you want to add that in as a product in your inventory so that you can cost it into your recipe. But if you just want to like add it in for the sake of adding it in, you can. Then from here, You have the cost per serve up the top. You can type in your target cost of goods, which will give you a suggested sales price, which includes the tax component. Then you can say, well, I actually sell this for $20, not 24. So then it will give me an actual cost of goods and net revenue, so the take home money per serve after the cost of goods and tax have been paid for. If it is a batch recipe, you're going to input the batch here. For any other type of recipe, we can say this is not a signature, this one's a classic, and it's a serve, not a batch. Once you've added all of that in, you would just hit save as new recipe. What you can do with the recipes as well is if you've already added in a recipe, I can click this drop down. Any cocktails that have been added will show up here. And when I select that recipe in the drop down, it will pull through. It might just take a minute, but it will pull through into this editor. I can edit the recipe and then click update. You can also duplicate recipes as well. So if I pulled through a Negroni and I have an actual twist on that, but I don't want to start from scratch again, I can duplicate that recipe, edit it however I need, and then save that as a new recipe as well. So there's plenty of flexibility in here. I really designed this with like bartenders in mind, so it was nice and easy and functional to use. And then last but not least, when you do have your recipes saved in here, we have the recipe overview page. Now for this page, you just need to hit refresh overview. Any recipes that are saved in the builder will then pull through to the sheet here, and you'll just get like a really nice overview and a breakdown. Again, this takes a minute or two to run. You will get an alert that looks like this little guy here. Click OK, and your recipes will pull through. If you have any recipes that are saved as a batch recipe, they will pull through to the right-hand side. I think it's nice to have a total batch cost and an overview, but obviously they're not something where you have the sell price connected to it, so only the served recipes will show up on the left-hand side here. When it comes to the dashboard, the stock also pulls through here as well. So now that we've input the stock, you can see our prime costs have gone up. They include the stock amount as well. You have a little summary overview here too. So you have your cost of goods and your labor, and then your net profit. Obviously the overheads and ongoing expenses haven't been added in yet, so they're not showing up in the dashboard. Now you can see in here that the cost of goods have a food, beverage, other, nothing was entered as other, and then a percentage of the sales as well. You can also see your gross profit as a percentage. So you've got a few different metrics that you can report here against with your cost of goods and your stock reporting.